at 6 o'clock on your Monday morning. And yes, you can celebrate good times as we start the month of May off, even though it is a little bit wet as you start your Monday morning.
Yeah, a little bit. It seems like a non-stop rain around here. Even though, fortunately, it's not been heavy, but it kind of is coming with these cooler temperatures.
And coming at an inopportune time,
Always.
the morning rush hour. We have noticed, Lindsay and I were just noticing just a few minutes ago, there's one stretch of rain that really just popped up, and it's over a big part of, an important part of our viewing area too. We'll get to that in a moment. Let me show you what the world, including the United States, looks like. Look at this, a lot of areas of rain. All of these green boxes you see in Oklahoma, Texas, portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, that is flooding area, and we don't have that. Here's this line of rain that we were talking about this morning, just popped up. Middletown over to Pendleton. So here's Anderson. There's Anderson University right there. This stretches over towards Ingalls, Ruoff Music Center, and Noblesville. This is for the most part light, but this stuff's heavy now around Middletown. And again, that's pretty new to what we've been watching, and this is actually moving now to the northwest. It's not moving off to the east, as is this rain from Avon on 36 over towards Danville and the county seat there. Clay City over towards Terre Haute, Brazil, still getting rain too. Now you'll notice again, this is moving from east to west in that general direction as this area of low pressure retrogrades. It's moving back. This will move forward during the day, so we've got more rain on the way. 51 in the Indian Carmel. Good morning, Noblesville. You've got some rain on the way there. 50, and it's 52 at the home of the Fighting Quakers in Plainfield. 52 Shelbyville and Bedford. You're at 49, as is Kokomo. We don't need any more rain. We really don't. We've had plenty in April. We've already had many of you more than an inch in this young month, but we're going to see some scattered showers. For that ride home, 60 degrees for a high. This will be the coolest day out of the rest of the week, and we'll break down the rise in temperatures in minutes. But we've had a rise in wrecks, it seems like this morning. And how are we doing on the west side now, Lindsay?
That has since cleared, so
Great.
465 northbound in good shape. But Chuck, I wanted to point out what you were just mentioning, that rain that developed up the 69 corridor. Yeah, it's really coming down in quite the clip here. This is 69 on the northeast side of town at Cynthia Ann Road. So really just kind of north of Fishers, up between there and really Anderson, Muncie, as the 69 corridor kind of winds its way to the northeast. We've got some of that rain that has developed that has quickly starting to coat these roadways, and we are looking at some wet pavement out there this morning for your morning rush, depending on what side of town you're driving on. So we've got our road weather index fired up. The green represents where we could potentially see some of that wet pavement, which is really encompassing most of the metro at this point. So perhaps allow some extra time to get to your destination because of that. We're also watching a new construction zone near the south split. This is 65 northbound. We've got a new traffic flow pattern that's creating some slowed traffic here and a little bit of a delay going northbound on 65. We'll continue to watch that issue for you as well.
Thank you, Lindsay. Happening in just a few hours, an Indiana man who's on death row is set to appear before a judge just weeks before his scheduled execution.
Benjamin Ritchie was convicted of killing a Beech Grove police officer nearly 25 years ago. Matthew Foltz joins us now with more on Ritchie's plea.
Well, this will be a clemency hearing. So Ritchie and his attorneys will ask the judge to forgive or pardon his conviction. And it's not the first time he has tried to appeal his own conviction and sentences since being on death row over the last 2 decades. Now, Ritchie was sentenced to death back in 2002 after being convicted of killing Beech Grove police officer William Toney in 2000. Police say he shot Officer William 5 times during a foot chase. His attorneys argue that Ritchie has brain damage from fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. Right now, his legal team is working to stop this upcoming execution. Just last month, the Indiana Supreme Court denied an attempt to appeal his execution and signed a death warrant issuing that he be put to death on May 20th. Now, if that happens, Ritchie would be the second inmate executed here in Indiana within the last 16 years. Now, today's hearing will be at the Indiana State Prison starting at 10 a.m. Of course, we will be monitoring that hearing and keep you posted. We do know another hearing is scheduled for next week as well. So again, we're monitoring all these hearings leading up to this date of May 20th.
Last minute push, Matthew. Thank you.
Well, this morning, a man is under arrest following a deadly shooting involving a woman on the city's west side. Police tell us they responded to a call around 8:15 at an apartment complex near 10th and Girls School Road. When they arrived, they found a woman inside a car with a gunshot wound. She had already died at the scene. They also found a man within a block who was later detained with a taser. Police believe that shooting started as a domestic issue.
Well, 2 young people are under arrest accused of stealing a car and leading police on a chase. The suspects are just 12 and 14 years old. In a police report, Speedway police said the crash happened early Saturday morning near Parkwood Drive and Crawfordsville Road. The young boys are accused of stealing a 2016 Kia and leading police on that chase and damaging a truck along the way. The juveniles face multiple preliminary charges, including felony, auto theft, and felony kidnapping.
The Pacers are letting the Cavs know they've got a battle on their hands during this series. The Blue and Gold took game 1 in Cleveland last night, 121-112.
Letting them know early, okay? So the Eastern Conference semifinals will now run through Indianapolis thanks to that huge win. Our Eli Gain has more from Cleveland.
Well, the Pacers not only silencing the fans here at Rocket Arena, but probably silencing a lot of doubters who were heading into this series as not giving them a chance. Everyone thought it's going to be Boston-Cleveland before the series even began, but the Pacers controlling the tone, setting the pace from the very jump, built a nice lead, had that lead into halftime, started to gain some more momentum in the third quarter, and then that's when we anticipated a avalanche to happen, and then it did when Donovan Mitchell helped the team go on a 20-4 run. The Cavs ended up regaining the lead late in the third quarter, but the Pacers responded. They are a tough team to break. They carried a lead into the fourth, and then when they needed to get stops in that fourth quarter, that's what they did. You look at the stat sheet. Once again, this is how the Pacers win. They have depth, and they had 6 more players scoring in double figures, and it also helps when you're hitting your shots. The Pacers making 19 threes in this game. Andrew Nembhard led the way with 23 as the Pacers take game 1 on the road and now have a 1-0 series lead.
Yeah, it gives us a lot of, momentum for sure, and you can definitely feel good about it, for the night. But this is the best team in our conference. They play very hard. They don't lose a ton, so they're going to respond.
We had an exceptionally good shot-making night. We're a bit fortunate. Some of those were late clock up against it. But the key word is aggression. And we got to be in attack mode to have a chance to beat this team.
So the Pacers hoping to carry this momentum into game 2. As you heard, they know the Cavaliers are going to respond. That's why they have been one of the best teams in the NBA this season. It's going to be a loud one here at Rocket Arena. Game 2 scheduled for tip-off at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. In Cleveland for 13 Sports, I'm Eli Gain.
All right, well, you saw it right here on 13. Saturday morning, tens of thousands laced up their running shoes to take part in the IU Health 500 Festival Mini Marathon.
Runners and walkers made their way around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and then back downtown. And along those 13.1 miles are friends and family standing with signs and cheering on their participants.
These girls, I don't think have ever missed a race for their mommy. So we try to make it to everyone and cheer her on as she reaches the end.
So the winner for the Women's Dental 5K was 13-year-old Lily Higgins, who you just saw there on screen. This was actually her first 5K, and she got to run it with her mom and sister. As for the mini in the men's division, Brandon Olson finished first there.
So it was pretty cool to run through the Speedway and see all the stadiums in downtown Indianapolis. So it was just a cool experience.
So, and right behind him here, Mercy Chilangat, who broke the women's course record. We have more on all the big moments from the mini right now at WTHR.com. And the month of May is about more than just running and race cars during the 500. It's also a time for giving back.
Yes, Saturday night, IMS hosted the annual Rev event. It has really become the IU Health Foundation's biggest fundraiser of the year. Money brought helps provide care for drivers and even just visitors to the Speedway, as well as patients all across Indiana.
Lauren Kanaan, who is the wife of Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan, was one among the featured guests Saturday night, and she knows the importance of Rev every year.
Having them behind us really puts you a lot at ease if you're someone like me who has a loved one actually out on the track, for the course of our whole relationship. I mean, it means the world that we have this team of people behind us, and that is what this evening supports.
And so Rev has helped raise more than $19 million statewide for the trauma and critical care programs there. Our own Felicia Lawrence and Laura Steele hosted the green carpet, and then Anne-Marie Tiernan served as MC over the weekend. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning. It was a great night. It's not a great day for some of you right now. Look at all the rain falling Hamilton County at I-69 and Cynthia Ann Road. And you'll notice throughout the area that a lot of you, especially that I-69 corridor with wet pavement this morning, it's coming back tonight. And then we've got a great middle of the week. Your forecast is coming up.
When does it become the Trump economy?
It partially is right now, and I really mean this. I think the good parts are the Trump economy, and the bad parts are the Biden economy.
President Trump defending his policies and dismissing concerns about rising prices across the U.S. What he wants all Americans to know this morning.